Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot, Your Love Story for August 2019. And this is for you coming from Aries. So let me just shuffle these cards. First, let me give you my email contact, which is andyhoro9, ANDIHORO9, the number 9 at gmail.com. I'll just repeat that to you. We got some racing motorbikes going on. Andy, ANDIHORO9, the number 9 at gmail.com. The first card that I'm going to pull will be to do with your first 15 days of August. And the first card that I pull will be to represent your romance. So this is a story about your love affairs. And so what do the cards say for you in Aries? Is going to be a very lucky 15 days. So your love story is going to get very energized and will give you a lot of good possibilities. So for the first 15 days of August, try to look good and dress well and go to places where you can meet the type of people you want to meet. You have to plan this kind of good 15 days. You have to go to places and have the materialistically minded side of you. And that way, you will be able to get what you want. So a new romance can definitely be found. And I'll apply this card to your ongoing romance. And this is a good card. It says that there's many things for you to benefit and many things for you to take advantage of and many things for you to do so that the romance that you have has a possibility of moving on very nicely to even think of the substance of marriage or wanting to buy a house together, a car together. So I like your first 15 days very much for you where romance and marriage is concerned. And now let's talk about your marriage. All right, now this card says, it's a card with a black moon that always puts me on to a defensive mode. So while the situation for you in the marriage is very stable, yet it says something from the past need not be brought up. It's you who is listening to me. So don't bring up any past instances which might create trouble with you and your marriage partner. And if it's your marriage partner doing that, just calm down. Try not to pay too much attention to it. Try to bring the temperature to a nice cool level. It's only 15 days that we are worried about. That's the only problem I worry about. Otherwise than that, your marriage remains very stable and can be a very happy one in the first 15 days of August. Now I'm going to go to the last 15 days of 16 days of August, and let me talk to you about your romance. All right. It's a card of give and take, but it looks like you have to take more. And therefore, you're not going to be a very happy person where your romance is concerned. And if you do find a romance in the last 16 days of August, then it's going to be a very troublesome where you really have to give much more and you accept very little. So that's not good. So why don't you just cool it down when you meet somebody you are interested in, or if somebody is chasing you, cool it down. See what happens in this last 16 days of August. And if you're not very sure, well, just leave it at that and wait for the near future to see what happens. I'm going to apply this card to your ongoing romance, and it's about the same situation. You have to tolerate more than you need to. You have to bend backwards sometimes. You have to tell yourself that if you want this ongoing romance to carry on, you have to do that. If you show any kind of confrontation, then you're going to have a problem in the last 16 days where your romance is concerned. Now I'm going to talk to you about your marriage situation in the last 16 days, and let's see what the card says here. All right. It's a card that says, do you know what's happening in your marriage? It's a very strange question because it's the card of this. It's called the Hanged Man, but it doesn't mean anything like that. It means that you are not in the know of what's happening. So you have to ask yourself, now, why is my marriage having possibilities of trouble? And you have to communicate with your marriage partner and find out what troubles your marriage partner. What troubles you is one thing. What troubles your marriage partner is even worse because you will not be able to control that part of it. You can control yourself. So find out what troubles there are from your marriage partner, solve them as gently as you can. We're only talking of 16, the last 16 days of August, not too long. Now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky ages and your lucky ages to make your romance happy, to find the romance, to make your marriage happy. Who are the people who are going to be very, very lucky? Well, it's a card that's called the Wheel of Fortune. And every Kabbalistic card has got signs of planets and signs of zodiac signs. So I'm very tempted with this card to say that your lucky ages, if you happen to be the age of 18 or 27 or 36 or 45 or 54 or 63 or 72, you're going to be one very, very lucky person. It doesn't mean that the other ages are not lucky. I'm just repeating this because the card is saying that. So if you realize that you have these ages which I've mentioned, tell yourself you can find a wonderful romance, or you may be able to find happiness in your marriage. And this card represents month, the whole month of August. If you're not of these ages, well, you'll need some help to see an astrologer. And you could see me, and we'll discuss this, and I'll be able to tackle your next 7, 8, or 9 years, and we'll talk about that a bit later. Now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky colors. And this card shows that in this month of August, if you wear plenty of red, then you're going to attract the energy from planets who will give you the determination and the good luck to be happy in your marriage, to be able to happy in every area of a romance. So there you go. And what else can I tell you? Lucky directions. Well, lucky directions are very important because they are beyond our control. So around Earth, 9 planets have been chosen to look after Earth, and that's become our solar system. So when we look left or look right or straight or look back, we are going to face one planet or another. So every planet will have different energies in every zodiac sign in the whole year. So let's see for you, what am I talking about? Your lucky directions. So here we go. Well, is that wonderful sign of South, South. I would ask you to face South whenever you want to discuss anything in the romance or marriage area, and to face South if you want that inspiration, and to face South when you are in the company of people so you'll have that fantastic aura about you. It will happen. So for the month of August, South is your magic formula to gain that special look about you. And now an attachment. Now you might form an attachment to somebody, whether you're married or not married. And so we will look at this. Wow, and look at that card. Well, firstly, it's an attachment to somebody in Scorpio. Secondly, it's an attachment to somebody who's got a lot of money. How about that? So you've got 2 possibilities of being attracted to somebody. And if you meet somebody from Scorpio, tell yourself this could be a very good friendship turning into a romance. And even if if you're even married, no harm making with somebody friendship from Scorpio. Could be helpful perhaps in the job or financial areas. So that's what I have to tell you. Now I have a 90-minute session, and in this 90-minute session, I'll talk to you about your next 7, 8, or 9 years. That's going to be based on your date of birth, on your time of birth, looking at your palms, whereas this program is basically based on the tarot. So that will be in the other way. And so I will talk to you about your next 7, 8, or 9 years. And based, I will give you a lot of information. The information will include your lucky colors and your lucky gemstones and your lucky days and your lucky colors. And I'll give you your personal lottery luck as well. And I'll show you how to get into the supernatural side of you to have your aura shine. And so that in the areas of romance and marriage, you'll be found very attractive. That works. People who have a good aura just attract people. People whose aura is bad just repel people. It does work like that. So my email address, andyhoro9, ANDIHORO9, the number 9 at gmail.com. Just send me that email and I'll reply to you. I wish you the best of your love story for the month of August. Thank you and goodbye.